Major Arena Soccer League is proud to welcome you to tonight's broadcast of MASL Soccer on MASL TV. Welcome to the Accesso Showwear Center in Kent, Washington, where the Tacoma Stars are playing host to the Baltimore Blast. I'm Peyton Behrens. Thank you so much for joining me this evening as the lone standing game across all of MASL. Hopefully we have your eyes, your ears, and we have a good night of soccer ahead of you. As lineups are taking place on the field, take a look at our starting lineups tonight. Chris Toth in the net for the Tacoma Stars. Logan Jones, Alex Caceres, Mike Ramos, Nani Mendoza, and Nick Pereira are your side for the Tacoma Stars to start things off. As for the Baltimore Blast, Mike Zierhofer gets the nod in the net. Pat Thompson is going to be starting things on the back line for the Baltimore Blast. Omar Sia and Mello, Jamie Tomas, and Ricardo DeGeas are going to be the six for the Baltimore Blast. Exciting night of soccer ahead of us. Miter is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Miter is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at Miter.com. You've seen the starting lineups now between both of these sides. We should have ourselves an exciting matchup ahead of us tonight. We sat down previously earlier this evening with Stars coach Adam Becker to kind of get the lay of the land, get the feel of what we should be expecting from this doubleheader weekend against the Baltimore Blast. Let's take a look, let's take a listen and see what Coach Adam Becker had to say about this matchup. Good evening, Stars fans. I am play-by-play voice of the Tacoma Stars, Peyton Behrens. He is Coach Adam Becker. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's Coaches Show. We got a big doubleheader weekend right now. The Tacoma Stars on a massive homestand, and right now it's playoff time. I mean, it's a huge push for the playoffs. This 7-game homestand that we're in the midst of is the perfect time to do it. How do the Tacoma Stars keep building this momentum off of last week's games to try and make that playoff push?
Well, last week's games are huge, right? Winning cures all blues, right? And as we go into this second half of the season, obviously we need to pick up points and we need to get on a roll. So for the first time this season, winning 2 games last week was really huge. So we're just going to build off of that, keep doing what we do as the Stars organization, and try and get 2 more wins this weekend.
A really talented Baltimore team comes to town for a doubleheader this weekend, a Friday, Sunday doubleheader, and this is a 10-win team right now, you know, a really good point in the season. They got a lot of good momentum rolling with them. How do the Tacoma Stars manage to get a sweep this weekend, which is going to be the most ideal for Tacoma, trying to make that playoff push?
It's going to be difficult. Anytime you're playing Baltimore, a franchise with their history, it's going to be a tough route. If we can slow their guys down like Enrique and Porch that are both on 20-point seasons, stick to our game plan, get 5 behind the ball, and make it difficult for them, I think we'll be successful.
Looking at everything that's going on, I mean, you got talented Baltimore side, you got a talented Tacoma side. The record, I don't think, is reflective of it. Who is your Tacoma Star that is going to shine tonight, and who do you think is going to be the most impactful Baltimore Blast player on the other side of things?
Well, you know, for us, I think to shine on our side, we're starting to use a lot more of that youth in our lineups going forward. I think young guys like Kai Briscoe, Misael Lopez, and then you always have the wild card in your pocket with Nick Pereira, right? You got him up top, and you got Chris Toth in the back of the net, and all the other veterans to fill in between. You know, I'm hoping those are the guys to watch tonight, and then again on Sunday afternoon. Baltimore, got to stop Parch, got to stop Enrique. They're the ones putting up big points for Baltimore. But more or less with us, we got to focus within, right? If we do what we're planning on doing and sticking to the game plan and performing at our best, I think we'll be okay.
Fans, kickoff is just around the corner, so stay tuned because we got a good one on our hands. And make sure that you swing by the merch table. You can pick up one of these new Tacoma Stars hoodies or your favorite players' jerseys just outside of Section 101 and 119. Kickoff is coming up next right here on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Accesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Moments away from kickoff here at the Excesso Showwear Center in Kent, Washington. I'm Peyton Behrens. Tacoma Stars hosting the Baltimore Blast. First time that they've met up this season. All-time record between these two sides. Tacoma leads the all-time series as they are 2-0 in their very few meetings. Take a quick look at the standings around MASL, and these two sides, very different seasons that they've played so far. You can see Baltimore sitting in 4th place on the table. They got 10 wins and 2 losses and an overtime loss. That coming so recently. They're coming off of an overtime loss against Empire. Orozco had an incredible goal that got them the win in overtime, and then losing just before that to Utica City side. They've seen a lot this season. As for the Tacoma Stars, they are clawing their way into the playoff picture, 4-8-3, and that's coming off of back-to-back wins against the Harrisburg Heat. The record is not pretty for the Tacoma Stars, but they have the Dallas Sidekicks in their sights. Don't know if the Empire Strikers will be reachable. Tacoma Stars 2 games back in hand on the Empire Strikers, but 10-point gap. All they got to do is get over that red line to find themselves into the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. And that'll find them on a trip down to San Diego, where San Diego is going to be hosting the first 2 rounds of the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Everything will be played in San Diego at the new Front Wave Arena. Should be an excellent playoff series, and the Tacoma Stars are looking to get there with a game tonight. They need to find a win. We heard Adam Becker talk about it, how important it would be to go out and sweep this Baltimore side on the weekend. Doubleheader weekend, Friday, Sunday, doubleheader matchup. You got 2 really good sides. This Tacoma Stars team, not the same quality that their record shows. This is a talented group. Multiple-time league MVP Nick Pereira leading his side. There he is in the huddle, breaking things down. When you have a guy like Nick Pereira on your team, you're bound to find your way into the playoffs. You're bound to find success as you go. The Tacoma Stars are looking to do so on the remainder of their season. 2 games against the Baltimore Blast. Then the San Diego Sockers come to town, and the Empire Strikers follow that, and that wraps up what would be a 7-game homestand for the Tacoma Stars. Like I mentioned, they're coming off of 2 wins against the Harrisburg Heat. They open the 7-game homestand with a 4-3 loss against the Milwaukee Wave. Again, another talented team that MASL has to offer. Teams are on the field. Kickoff is just moments away. Back to the net. He is in a light blue top and black pants. Tacoma Stars are wearing the all-white jerseys with that traditional Tacoma Stars Argyle. And the Baltimore Blast in the all-red with Mike Zierhofer in the yellow shirt and black pants. Zierhofer on his first touches of the game is going to cross the midway stripe. Thompson's his target in the down low corner to your left. This is poked for Caceres. He pulls back. Herrera plays Toth. He links with Ramos up the wall. Inside for Jones. Ramos wanted it back, goes for a change. Caceres plays himself twice off the wall. Long ball, couldn't curl it enough. This is danger. Caceres gets shoved. Looks like that's Tamas with the shove against the wall and the first foul of the night. Caceres, the lone starter on the field. He gets his feet taken out from under him again. Unlike the two games that we saw against the Harrisburg Heat, there was a lot of playing back and forth and not a whole lot of whistles. Today we've seen 2 whistles in the opening minute and 7 seconds. Hansen plays square for Briscoe. An electric rookie bursting on the scene this year for the Tacoma Stars, the University of Washington product. Played some outdoor ball with Ballard FC. Ball still bouncing, and Briscoe heads back for Toth. Tyler John into the attack. Jones at the logo. Souza trying to go up the wall to himself. A little bit of contact. You can hear Zierhofer shouting, no keeper. He already used his lone touch. Souza drops this ball all the way back to Toth. Stars want to reset. Nani Mendoza on the turn. This is Misa Lopez. He's a Stars reserves player who has come up and done well so far in his MASL campaign. Goal and a couple of assists. Left foot strike, and it beats Toth, tucked away, far side corner. Nobody in the building saw that one coming, especially Chris Toth. Omar Silla gets his 4th goal of the season. Quick one touch to himself, left foot, back door. Just a low roller that creeps its way in. Opening the scoring here. 1-0, Baltimore leads over Tacoma. Stars got to bounce back. That's not the way to do it. Hansen with a turnover in front of his bench. Guevara lays off with the back heel. Toth, first time wasn't sure about it. Second time had to pounce. Here's a long ball up and over the top for Tyler John. Zierhofer able to contain John's first shot of the night. And what'll be the Tacoma Stars' first shot of the night. Dieguez called on the foul. He chested that ball down, lost it. Here's Spur on the quick restart. Pereira slides back onto the field. Pereira backing down. He's pulled to the ground, no call. Baltimore ready to break out again. Spur can't get enough of a poke. Dieguez plays to his right. Toth comes out. Shot to the back post is just wide from Pacheco. Toth gets all the way back, scrambles. Settles this ball down. Has Spur running a hot route. Canale slides onto the field and it's Caceres on the ball. Hansen misconnects and that ball bounces sadly up the boards. Ramus in the middle. Good interplay, back and forth. What buildup for Thompson. Enrique just gets that ball off the windows perfectly, times it well into the middle. Patrick Thompson runs onto it. And with 10:08 to play in this first quarter, the Tacoma Stars are shocked. Look at that little poke. Thompson just slots it home perfectly. Timeout on the field. We'll step aside, take a break. 10:08 to play in the first quarter. Don't go anywhere. You are watching MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Accesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Green Drop offers a better alternative than the outdated compression sleeves and socks, truly providing long-lasting relief at an affordable price. Green Drop's recovery products are uniquely suited to help our athletes battling aching joints and muscles. Learn more or try it yourself by visiting greendropcompression.com. Baltimore back on the ball. Here's Lopez now on the turnover. Pereira in front of the Blast bench. 2-0 as it stands. A couple of early goals for Baltimore. They're trying to bounce back after a couple of rough games for them. Souza couldn't get this ball in the corner. Na goes airborne. Porch played back for Tomas. Down on the low side, good diagonal ball just behind the target. Mello was targeted going through the center of the field. And shouts for a defensive clearance. Going up into the netting. It's going to bring this ball to the top of the arc. You're in your defensive third and you clear the ball out of play. You're going to find a restart at the center of the field rather than the traditional out-of-play restart along the boards against those dotted lines. Mello, Pacheco, Dieguez over the top of this one. Mello lays it off. Back to Dieguez. Deflected through. Good setup, good shot taken. Porch keeps going back. Jones with a quick poke. Saris goes down. That's the third time tonight he's been fouled. Stars go for a large change. Pereira, Ramos, Hansen, Nani Mendoza all on the field. Ramos has played early. Tries to go one-on-one. Can't get past Pacheco. Toth way out of his bounds. Here's Hansen trying to juggle this ball. Give Toth some time to recover. Saris goes for Toth. He's pressured. Couldn't clear it away in time. Pacheco had the right move getting there, deflecting it. And now we've made it to the under 8-minute media timeout, so we'll step aside, take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Baltimore Blast and the Tacoma Stars right here on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. This is Jones. Had a bouncing ball from Toth, couldn't play him back. Now he finds himself into a double team. He's got to play Canale up the line. Still battling, still fighting. Mello loses it to Caceres. Pereira. Skip pass cross field. This is Canale. Caceres called for the foul. He pulls Silva to the ground, big body. Zierhofer dials one up, long distance. Briscoe with a clean poke. Na goes on a run. Souza gets brought down. Hansen restarts. This is Souza. Curls one to the corner for John, the target. Tyler John turns, plays back. Lopez has a cutting Souza, just couldn't get enough on it. Zierhofer, I think, does well enough to poke it away. Souza's thrown into the glass. And we're gonna see blue for boarding. Looks like that's Bruno Enrique. And pardon me, that is not Bruno Enrique. That is Jesus Pacheco.
We have 2 minutes boarding on Baltimore.
So at 6:40 left in the first quarter, we should see our first power play unit for the Tacoma Stars. Caceres from the point. Stars playing up a man for the next 2 minutes unless they can notch a goal. Ramos wide open in the middle. He tries to deflect it in. Spur back for Ramos. Couldn't get there. Looked like the Four Nations face off. Here's Mendoza from distance. Herrera swings it for Mendoza. Mendoza with another strike. Header away. The way that Ramos positions himself like a hockey attacker, just standing in front of Zierhofer, trying to block his vision, and then just trying to get any deflection on anything that came on goal. Smart move from the veteran Mike Ramos. See if he camps himself in the middle again. Spur. Herrera goes off the short side boards. Mendoza tucks it in on the back corner, and the Stars cut the deficit to 1. It took 34 seconds, and the Tacoma Stars got their first goal of the night on the power play thanks to Nick Pereira and Nani Mendoza. Pereira's just gonna hammer that ball off those boards. Mendoza times it up perfectly. He had a similar shot just moments ago like that, similar angle. Pereira first time. And that ball settles perfectly for Mendoza. Here's John. He's got Kyle Rivers in support. Can the Stars level it? The ball settled and poked away. Stars have a fairly speedy unit on the floor right now. Rivers, Ramos, John, Briscoe, and Jones, all of them can motor. Misa Lopez slips on. Rivers takes a touchdown. So Pacheco's blue card led to the first goal for the Stars tonight. He had a short visit to the sin bin. Just 34 seconds. And the Stars give themselves life. Zierhofer comes out and collects easily. Pereira's gonna stay on the field for this defensive shift as he pressures the ball. Evara, back to goal. Hansen defending. Sila. Great movement from this Baltimore side. Pass and go, it's the name of the game. Ramos. Shot from distance and it hits off the woodwork. Herrera with a touch forward for Canale. And Patrick Thompson, the good poke back to Zierhofer. Baltimore comes into the two tonight, 10-2-1. 6-man on the field, too many men, and we should see another power play opportunity. If not, if advantage was given, which in this case, advantage would never be given in a too many men on the field incident, Eddie Naw was on his way to goal. So this gets brought back. Baltimore will have their choice of who sits for the 2 minutes. We'll see if Pacheco has to go and sit again or who they're going to choose for it.
2 minutes time penalty for too many men on the field on Baltimore.
So it's Chad Porch. leading goal scorer. The idea for him might be just slip on the field in transition, try and win the ball at the end of the 2 minutes, and try and get him out on a break. Stars scored on their last power play attempt. See if they can be successful again, or if this Baltimore penalty kill unit will fend one off. Mendoza, the goal scorer previously, plays for Spur. Ramos has some space on the backside. Now it's Caceres to Mendoza. Plays for Ramos, and he just misses out. Good build-up play for Baltimore rather than just dumping this to the other end of the field. See if it pays off for him. A foul. With a minute 26 left in this power play, Baltimore has a free kick in front of the Stars bench. So far, so good for Baltimore. Caceres on top of possession. Herrera tries to find Ramos. Ramos couldn't get there. And this ball's now dumped as just about a minute's left in the power play. Spur. Herrera down low. Couldn't center it. Tacoma not great on the power play. Under 30% success rate. 7 for 22 on the season. 25 seconds remain in this one. Caceres. Ramos for Mendoza. Herrera had a good angle. Spurs got one, and he takes a rip. Corrals around the windows. Under 10 seconds in the power play. Porch is ready to come onto the field. Stars need to take another strike. Spurs, Earhofer stands up to it. This ball's poked out. Porch runs on, and Toth has to come out and get this ball. Herrera. Full head of steam. Herrera with a strike, and it's blocked away. Well done. 90 seconds left in the first quarter. Stars might have got away with too many men. No challenge flag's been seen yet. Souza's taken to ground. Minute 11 in the first quarter. Lopez on the field. Spur on the field. Caceres plays back for Mendoza, who made a late trailing run. Stars are late to get enough guys on the field up into the attack for that free kick to be dangerous. Lopez wears this to the chest and falls to his knees. Thought about sprinting off. Toth in a one-on-one. He stands up to the task. Lopez was caught out. Jones plays Misa Lopez. He goes long. He's got John. John's first touch takes him away from goal, but it doesn't matter. The left foot strike beats Zierhofer, and the Stars level it. Tyler John takes this touch away from the defender. I thought it was a poor one as it's going away from goal, but Tyler John says challenge accepted. Hits it with the left foot, and he gives the Stars their second goal of the night. They come back from trailing 2-0 to now be leveled at 2-2. Under 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Baltimore on the attack. So Lopez got caught in no man's land on the sub. Toth was able to make a big save. Jones played over Lopez, and then Lopez hit the long ball towards John. Jones with 6 seconds on the clock. Plays Tyler John down the line. He won't have enough time to get a strike. Will he? Centers it. The Stars finish, but it's just after the horn. This is a game of inches. It's a game that every second matters. The Stars have all the momentum, and while that goal's not gonna count, they were late on it. What a buildup. Here's John. He centers that across. Rivers just kept that run going. Exciting finish for the Stars. It stays level 2-2. That Kyle Rivers goal does not count. Boy, howdy, what a first 15 minutes. We got more to come right here. You're watching the Tacoma Stars play host to the Baltimore Blast on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Take 10, that's all the time you'll need for Eric Berger to take you inside the game and get to know some of the big stars advancing the sport on and off the field. 10 for 10 airs weekly on MASL TV. New episode dropped earlier today. And Eric interviewed Ed Hale, the owner of the Baltimore Blast. So Blast fans who are up late with us tonight, go check that out. Go on YouTube, find MASL TV, and you can find 10 for 10. Ed Hale had a great interview today. We thank you so much for staying up late with us tonight. I know the East Coast, West Coast games, when they travel across the country, are not too kind to the East Coast fan. So thank you for being here tonight. Tacoma Stars find themselves tied 2-2 with the Baltimore Blast. Baltimore got a convincing 2-goal lead early on. Within the first 5 minutes of that first quarter, the Stars called a timeout, and from that moment on, everything changed. It started with the Pacheco boarding that led to a blue card. Stars ended up going on the power play and scoring just 34 seconds later. A second blue card for too many men on the field. That one was less damaging to Baltimore as the goal wasn't scored on that, but Tyler John did end up scoring with 42 seconds left in the first quarter to level things. Misa Lopez hit him with a dart up and over the top. Tyler John had a strike from distance with his left foot that beat Mike Zierhofer. A couple of tough games for Baltimore coming into this one. Great record so far on the season, but coming off of an overtime loss at Empire and an 8-3 loss at Utica. Desperately looking to get back on the right track. They find themselves in a good position on the standings, on the table for MASL. Ball played into the middle. It was underneath Tomas. He couldn't find it. He made a great run. Here's Pereira deep in his defensive end. Caceres, right-footed curling ball, finds Canale in a double team. Ramos runs onto it up the bowl. Briscoe subs on, immediately takes away and goes back for Toth. Upcoming matches following this one for Baltimore, they play Tacoma again on Sunday. Here's Pereira into the attack. Before a home-and-home with Harrisburg on the 2nd and the 8th of March, Pereira's fouled. And then again against Utica City. So a couple of matches that the Baltimore side sees as winnable matches, especially those two against Harrisburg. They're licking their chops to play this Tacoma team who's been struggling so far this season. A free kick that doesn't go according to plan for Nick Pereira. The toe poke away for Tomas. Long chip ball for Pereira. He brings it down before it hits the windows. Outside the foot, back pass for Jones. Jones wants to have a strike. Left-footed ball. It bounces. Zierhofer got it the first time. Second time, no. Here's Lopez. Lopez left foot. Tries to go underneath Zierhofer, but he makes the save. Zierhofer gets up. He lets this ball go loose. All the way down to the other end of the field. Enrique back for Pacheco. Zierhofer on the ball. He's playing well tonight. A couple of good saves. Spur intercepts. Pacheco, low side of the field. Off the short side boards. Rivers turns it out. Tries to go long. And this ball is stopped by our opening goal scorer, Sila. Thompson plays inside. Ball poked out. Toth comes out for it. Low block, and he scoops it up. He's got Rivers. Toth has a cannon. Rivers with a missed touch as he turns. Briscoe closes down. Stars got numbers. Briscoe takes the shot. It gets poked in last second by Souza, and the Stars, 3 straight goals, give him the lead. Briscoe wins this ball against the wall. The Stars have numbers going forward. Briscoe tries to call his own number, gets past Zierhofer to the near post, and then as that ball is just bouncing before the line, Souza comes flying in. He gets the last touch on it, blocked by the referee. But Felipe Souza on the board, and Kai Briscoe with the assist. So maybe not what Baltimore envisioned when they had that 2-0 lead just 5 minutes into the game. They now find themselves trailing by 1 on their cross-country road trip. Whistle blown. Enrique was being pulled. Nothing was going to stop him. I believe it was Chase Hansen on the foul. Enrique, my goodness. It was a freight train going through there, just dragging along Chase Hansen. Excuse me. Foul gets credited to Kai Briscoe. Free kick poked in the middle, wide open and unable to connect. Tyler John can't break out cleanly. I believe it was Porch who missed the opportunity. Here's Briscoe again with speed going forward. He's pulled down, no whistle, feet just got tangled. Boy, Baltimore missed out on a big chance. Right off the free kick, open space in the middle of the field, right in front of Chris Toth. Pacheco floats to his right, ball stays on his left. Lays this one back. Tomas with a strike, it's blocked. Maybe a little friendly fire. Ramos goes for Briscoe, who's pushed to the ground. Stars win a free kick. Caceres in front of the Baltimore bench. He shows some speed. Goes for Pereira on the second chance. Got a lucky bounce back to himself. Here's Na. Na wants to go one-on-one. Heavy touch. Na stays on for a defensive high press. Pereira. He's on the far side of the field away from his bench. Jones reads it well. Briscoe with the win. See the Stars can target Pereira and circle the wagons. Pereira, no, misread it off the boards. Thought Jones might have had a chance to run onto it. Here's a dangerous opportunity. Jones, a lot of real estate in front of him. Pereira wants a change. Tyler John slips on. Nani Mendoza, fresh legs. Hansen, Ramos also. Here's Ramos, clean touch. Puts it off the window. Tyler John comes sliding in. Flying Dutchman. The Stars lead 4-2. Tyler John is electric. Night in, night out. I don't think anybody is having a hotter February than Tyler John. Here's a long ball played forward. Ramos hits this ball off the wall. Tyler John, it's all about the effort, baby. It's been all Stars. Since that timeout was called by the Tacoma Stars following Baltimore's second goal. Oh, how things have changed. Porch plays into the center. Toth is going to come out for it. Toth just wants to dump this long safely. Zierhofer now. Porch for Pacheco. Tyler John's now up to 10 goals this season. Had a couple last weekend against Harrisburg. Played extremely well on the entire weekend. And here he is on the defensive end. He's pushed to the ground. He gets up and goes for a change. Tyler John, Bunny Lake High School locally. Played some ball at Highline Community College before going off to Seattle University. Canale's got some space down the middle of the field. Canale with a touch to himself. Bouncing ball. Couldn't position himself in front of Thompson. Stars with some high pressure. Jones against the windows. Pacheco on the turnover. Sila. Thompson gave a nice shove to Canale off the ball. Pacheco, bottom of your screen. Left-footed strike, and it's just wide. Stars gotta watch out for that. Pereira avoids the triple team. Jones, first time for Caceres. Spur, he's targeted on the go route. Plays back for Canale. He's got to slow his run down. Whistle blown. I think Canale was pulled. Stars will have a free kick. Pereira's going to wait for this guy to get set. Pereira thought about going for it before the wall got set up. Now he's going to, and he just misses out. I think that's something the Stars could benefit from more, would be Nick Pereira taking quick free kicks. If he finds himself on the field when a whistle blows dead, he should be looking to strike. Leaves it for a cutting Mendoza. Zierhofer off of his line. Mello couldn't outrun Briscoe. Mentioned earlier, Kai Briscoe playing with the University of Washington Plays with Ballard FC. Played with Ballard FC for 2 summers. Won a national title in USL League 2 with Ballard FC. Big battle going on in front of the Baltimore bench. Who else but Silva in the mix? I believe a delay of game warning is getting issued. That's going to be to the Tacoma Stars. So Kai Briscoe, part of that Ballard FC team, won a USL League 2 national title. They played that game at home at Starfire Sports against Lionsbridge FC, USL League 2. Great league across the board. Tacoma Stars fielding a team for the first time last season. They played their games at Bellarmine Prep High School. Be sure that you're on the lookout for those Tacoma Stars outdoor season tickets when they play in USL League 2. Tacoma Galaxy playing in the USL Women's League. Silva. Mello plays back for Zierhofer. Sliding challenge, Rivers. It's timed excellent. But Rivers can't outrun Chad Porch. Porch is pulled down. That's great effort on both sides. Rivers on the sliding challenge, Porch on the recovery. Not only does Chad Porch lead the team in goals, getting all the way back, defending, making his presence known. Zierhofer wanting to go forward. Trying to intercept any sort of pass that goes towards Mike Zierhofer. And now he follows Mello after the free kick. Thompson plays for Zierhofer, and Tyler John is pressuring. Ramos has to his left. Uses Misa Lopez. Misa Lopez just short. Ramos for John. He's been excellent tonight. Jones brings it all the way back. Calm, cool, and collected as always, Logan Jones. Pereira pass back. Intercepted, but Caceres reads it well. If Pacheco's not going to pressure Caceres, he's just going to milk some clock. 4:30 to play till we get to halftime. Here's past one. And gets called for the foul. Quick restart by Baltimore. Enrique can't get through the double team. Tyler John involved. He's brought down. No call. Here's Mello turning in the middle. Goes for Enrique. Enrique plays it off the wall. Just mistimed the connection. Spur turning. Spur battling. Enrique goes past Mendoza but loses possession. Caceres now for Toth. Toth has to play quickly. John, Zierhofer off of his line. John is crushed. Zierhofer's down. John is down. In the NFL, that's a 15-yard penalty. In MASL, it's 2 minutes. Zierhofer will serve. What a collision. Tyler John, he knows Zierhofer's coming, but his only mission there is to get to the ball first. Zierhofer trying to do the same. No ill intent between either of them. Here's a look. Toth just plays that ball out. And we're at the media timeout. We'll step aside, take a quick break. Teams are going to their benches as Tyler John is back up to his feet. Zierhofer still getting some treatment. Step aside, don't go anywhere. You're watching the Baltimore Blast and the Tacoma Stars on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
It's never too early to start talking playoffs. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs April 5th through 7th. Ticket deposits are now being accepted. Visit frontwavearena.com for more information or scan that QR code on your screen right now and you can reserve your seats today of the beautiful Front Wave Arena down in San Diego. Just before the break, Zierhofer came off of his line and completely obliterated Tyler John, who was in behind the defense on a break. I think the discussions are being held right now to see if maybe a shootout will be awarded. But nonetheless, Julian Rodriguez is on the field as Zierhofer will serve his own penalty. His body's a little shaken up, so who knows if he'll actually stay in the game following the end of the blue card. Referee crew tonight, your crew chief is Kia DePana, referee Fernando Pena, assistant referee Christopher Calderon, fourth official is Aiden Velasco, and in the penalty box is Justin Rose. No, not U.S. Open champion Justin Rose, I double checked. MASL official Justin Rose.
We have 2 minutes on the goalkeeper and a shootout.
So we will be getting a shootout. Nick Pereira stepping up to the challenge. We've seen Willie Spur previously take some of these for the Tacoma Stars. One of the teams in the league who have seen the most shootout attempts so far this season. They find themselves in shootouts at the end of games frequently. Pereira stands over the ball. He has an interesting approach that we've seen, and we'll see if he implements it tonight. Oftentimes juggles that ball to himself so that he can hit a volley. Rodriguez is on his line. Tacoma Stars 7 for 15 on the season when it comes to the shootout. Nick Pereira on the yellow line. 4-2 as it stands for the Tacoma Stars. Pereira on the run-up. Pereira fakes a shot, rolls around Rodriguez. Pereira slots it home. The Stars score, and they extend their lead 5-2. It's a short trip to the penalty box for Mike Zierhofer. It ends immediately as the Tacoma Stars find their 5th. Look at how class Nick Pereira is. Fake shot, roll over, and then just takes his time making sure that ball is going to get placed perfectly. Tacoma Stars are so fortunate to have a guy like Nick Pereira on their team. So make the Tacoma Stars 8 for 16 now on shootout attempts. Zierhofer is back in the goal. And we are playing at even strength. The shootout wipes away the blue card. Ends the blue card, I should say. Baltimore started this game with a 2-0 lead. They opened the first 5 minutes with 2 goals. It was Sela and it was Thompson. Whistle blown, foul called, Baltimore at the free kick. Since then, it's been all Tacoma, 5 straight goals. Nani Mendoza got things kicked off on a power play goal. Tyler John, Felipe Souza, John again, and then Nick Pereira on the shootout. Briscoe wears that one to the chest. Ramos clears away. Zierhofer looks back to full health. Ramos for John up the wall. John whistled for the foul. He helps up Tomas. Checo wants that wall to have a little bit more distance. And it's maybe half a shoe length. And it's a staggered wall. Tyler John's the lone man. Pacheco on the run up. He plays for Thompson. Briscoe waits for it to come off the boards. He toe pokes away. Stars playing rather conservatively here. Besides Tyler John goes flying forward. John's got to get back. He does so. And the Stars want to hold on to this 3-goal lead going into halftime, but they got a long 2 minutes and 7 seconds until we get there. Jones tries to clear away. Stars packing it in. Strike from distance, Toth first time, and he gets all the way out, uses every inch of that goalkeeping area. Remember, the goalkeepers do not get the arc, just the square that is in front of them. Briscoe shows off the wheels. Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bashavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss all the league's hot topics. The Stars maintain playing the way that they're going to. Be a big feature on MASL Mondays. Stars need to get wins to find themselves dangerous towards playoffs. Here's Porch. Pulls it back. Spur recovers. And for the Stars to try and topple a team like the Baltimore Blast. They kicked off their season with a win over the San Diego Sockers. Shot, left foot, back post, it just wide. Toth comes out, collects, 30 seconds. Stars beat the Sockers on opening night right here at the ShoWare Center. Followed up that performance with a shootout loss to the Chihuahua Savage, a game that was 3-3 after regulation plus overtime. They lost 4-3 due to the shootout loss. Pereira up the boards, 15 seconds. Since that time, they've beat Empire once and they've beat Harrisburg twice. Pereira, header back across. Souza just misses out over the bar, and the horn sounds for halftime. An incredible first 30 minutes for your Friday night here at the ShoWare Center. We're the lone game in MASL, and so far, it has delivered. It's been a good one. The Tacoma Stars find themselves with a 5-2 lead over the Baltimore Blast after trailing 2-0 in the opening 5 minutes. I believe Pete Richmeyer is down on the field. We should be able to see a quick interview. I believe he's going to pull Adam Becker. So we'll go down to Pete momentarily.
I gotta talk again.
And let's go down to Pete Richmeyer.
All right, here we are, halftime, 5-2, Coach. Gave up the first two, scored the last five. Talk about the momentum change.
It was a great momentum change. We just needed one to go in the back of the net. We unfortunately had to blow a timeout, but it kind of worked in our favor. We stopped their run. We were able to get organized again, focus on the defensive side, which has now exposed them in transition.
Now we're seeing a team that we didn't see necessarily the first 5 or 6 games of the year. The intensity is like tenfold. What's the mindset of the team now as you are into some seriously must-win games?
You said it right there. It's must win, plain and simple. We have to die on the field. There's no other choice at this point, so you're going to see us being overly aggressive, using that youth and athleticism, and just trying to run teams down the floor.
Coach, we're looking good. It's 5-2. It's halftime. What do you say, guys? Let's go Stars! Back to you,
Pete.
Randy.
We'll be back with second half action right after this. Some good stuff coming up. MI5 plays of the week and all of that, and our star of the night. Don't go anywhere. It's the Tacoma Stars hosting the Baltimore Blast right here on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Shoot! He
This is the MASL in 5. What's going on, folks? I'm Alex Bastiavansky. Great to see you again. I'm here to get you caught up on everything that's gone down in the league over the past few days, and I've only got 5 minutes to do it. So let's go.
Jaime Romero y Eric Tobar. Va con Tobar. De derecha el disparo y el gol.
This was the home-and-home series everyone had been waiting for. Chihuahua and San Diego, the top 2 teams in the standings right now. The Savage continued their dominance at Corner Sport Arena, taking their home portion of the series 8-5 on Friday. Back in San Diego on Sunday, though, different story. Tavoy Morgan potted 2 for the Sockers. They won the return match 5-2. The surprise of the weekend, no question about it, came from the Texas-Milwaukee tilt. The Outlaws led by 2 with just over a minute left, but the Wave would complete a dramatic comeback. Ian Bennett tying it up with just 10 seconds left on the clock, but the Outlaws dug deep in overtime.
Nice touch there by Breno as Chavez coming forward, shot at a goal. David Stankovic scores for the Outlaws. They win it 7-6.
Texas head coach Eddie Puskarich, a happy man. That was just the Outlaws' second win of the season, and it came against the powerful Wave. Another dramatic finish came from the Baltimore Empire game. Jesus Pacheco tied it up at 3 apiece late in the game for the Blast. Cue the overtime heroics for Empire.
Are back in overtime. It's Brian Orozco in a hurry. He fires it. Brian Orozco, upper left corner. Strikers win. Strikers win. Brian Orozco with the game winner. Uncle Franz, there you are again. Your upper corner where you keep the good stuff.
Great goal, great call. Harrisburg visited Tacoma for 2 games. These contests had huge playoff implications. Both teams needed the wins desperately. Ultimately, it was the Stars that got the points they needed. The Heat were competitive, but Tacoma triumphed 8-4 Friday, 8-7 Sunday. Kudos to Tacoma superstar Nick Pereira. After competing in the MASL All-Star Game in Utica last Wednesday, no break for Nick. He hurried back to Grit City and was instrumental in their 2 wins, racking up 3 goals and 1 assist. And another chapter was written in the Battle of Missouri. St. Louis gave Kansas City all they could handle last weekend. They even led 4-3 in the 4th quarter. Beautiful goal there by Carvalho, but it was all Comets from that point on. They ultimately pulled away for the 8-5 victory. St. Louis enters this weekend 3 points out of a playoff spot. Okay, your Green Drop Players of the Week: in goal, Brian Orozco from Empire. Defensively, Cesar Cerda from San Diego. And on offense, Jorge Rios from Chihuahua. Let's start with Jorge's body of work. Huge weekend, 6 points, 3 goals, and 3 assists for the Chihuahua marksmen as they split those 2 games against the San Diego Sockers. And defensively, it was the soccer man himself, Cesar Cerda. Huge in those 2 games for San Diego. 15 blocks he racked up for the boys in blue. And in goal, it was Brian Orozco. Yeah, he made some big saves, but he also came up with one of the goals of the week, as you are about to see now in our MASL Plays of the Week.
Will shoot it into the corner for Reggett. Reggett bangs it off the glass, and then on the volley shot! Oh, Henry!
Here's Pereira bringing it down. Sends his own ball off the boards, and Souza goes airborne, answers back just moments later.
Chance for one more shot, maybe. Breno drives it in! Ian Bellum! Shot a goal! We're all tied at 6.
Kelvin in the attacking third, from his left to his right, and he scores a banger. 3-1 Team Kelvin, he's got 2.
Kill unit on the field for the Harrisburg Heat. Pereira settles. Pereira juggles. He turns. Volleys. Nick Pereira, you are magnificent.
This touch there by Breno as Chavez coming forward, shot at a goal. David Stankovic scores for the Outlaws. They win it.
For a one-timer, but here we are back in overtime. It's Brian Orozco in a hurry. He fires it. Brian Orozco, upper left corner. Strikers win. Strikers win. Brian Orozco with the game winner. Uncle Franz, there you are again. Your upper corner where you keep the good stuff.
And that is going to wrap things up for today. But just a reminder to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the league all throughout the season. Be sure to check out the MASL's official social media outlets. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.
Hey everybody, I'm play-by-play voice of the Tacoma Stars, Peyton Behrens. He is Adrian Correa, and he is our star of the night. Adrian, you have become such a prolific player with the Tacoma Stars, and that I think all started kind of locally. You're a product of Auburn, Washington. You came up through Auburn Riverside, played for local clubs like Washington Premier, etc., coming up through the ranks. What's it been like growing up locally and now playing for such a historic club like the Tacoma Stars?
For me, I think growing up locally, I actually see like the soccer being actually given back to the community and kind of how it grows and expands from within, to be honest. I have coaches who have formerly played for the Tacoma Stars. Like I had Tim Bartrow back in the day, and I don't know if a lot of people know that name, but that's a coach who took the time to develop me into things that I actually use in indoor today, and things like that. I also see just the community. I see people I don't even know out in public, whether it's me shopping, whether it's me at work, regardless of what it is, who see me in a Tacoma Stars, anything, and they're just like, hey, I didn't even know the Tacoma Stars are still around. Like, yeah, come check us out at Showware. We're not at the Dome no more by any means, but we're still at Showware and we're still kicking. So it's great to see like just how much me growing up here in the community, I still see the impacts of that and the effects of it.
Did you ever envision yourself being such a prolific player for the Tacoma Stars, because you are an integral core to this defense, to the penalty kill, to times that you're tracking back? You work harder than anybody on the field on this team. Did you envision yourself being just a staple piece to the Tacoma Stars roster?
Did I envision it? I mean, I kind of just, the person I am and the way I want to play, I kind of just strive to be the best that I always can. And even when I have a good game, I'm still looking at how I can be better. And so when I started on the reserves and then just looking at the first team, I'm like, damn, that's the destination I want to reach. That's my goal right now, is to move up to the first team. And I saw that happen. And okay, now my goal is not just to be on the first team, not just make an everyday game roster, but to be able to contribute, to be like, hey, when we remember that game, we remember Adrian had this play, this contributed to a goal, or it saved a goal. Regardless of what it is, I always want to push myself to kind of that next limit, to see where I can reach. And now I'm just happy to contribute, whether that's me being on the sideline like I am now and just contributing to hyping the guys up and getting them going for the game, or whether that's me being in a game and having a goal, stop having a block, a big time block. I'm happy to contribute however I can.
Who motivates you on this team to kind of have the work ethic that you do? I mean, every time that we see it, you're flying through at 100 miles an hour. Is there a certain individual on the team, or maybe a group of individuals, that make you who you are and push you to be a better player?
I would say people that kind of push me a lot. I mean, you got the Nick Pereiras for sure, who he has the experience behind him. So him saying something to me, whether it's negative, it's getting me riled up, getting me pushed to reach that next level that I have, the next gear I have. But then you got the players like Tyler John, we're battling head to head every night, whether we're on the same team, different teams. What did you do? What did I do? Did I stop you? Did you stop me? So we got those players, and then like Kai Briscoe also, Kyle Rivers, like those are all guys that kind of push me. Like I see them working hard. I want to work even harder than they did. But then I got players like Nick Pereira. If I see him get a block, I'm hyped up. I'm like, everybody on the team should be getting a block at that point. So there's different categories of how people hype me up for sure.
Adrian, thanks so much for your time tonight. He's our star of the night. Fans, be sure that you see Adrian Correa and company right here at the ShoWare Center. A couple more home games left here, so go on to TacomaStars.com, buy your tickets, get those secured today for all of our future home games. Adrian, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso ShoWare Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Welcome back into the Excesso ShoWare Center in Kent, Washington. Just about 1 minute, 15 seconds till we are underway with second half action. We're getting you caught up. Some highlights on screen here of the first half, and that's Nick Pereira putting the exclamation point on 5 unanswered goals for the Tacoma Stars. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. It started out with 2 goals. Sela and Thompson back-to-back within the first 5 minutes of the first quarter. Had Baltimore with a 2-0 lead, then a blue card for Pacheco. Led to a power play goal with 6:06 left in the first quarter for Nani Mendoza. Pereira played a ball off the wall, found Mendoza on the backside, and that cut the deficit, made it 2-1. Tyler John connected with Misa Lopez. Misa Lopez, I should say, connected with Tyler John to level things. John chested the ball down to the middle of the field, hammered a left-footed shot from distance that beat Zierhofer. Souza was able to score in the second quarter, early on in the second quarter, where Briscoe went ISO up the boards and was able to beat the goalkeeper, and Souza tapped it in on the line. Tyler John was able to net a goal off the assist from Mike Ramos, went sliding through the middle of the field to get a toe poke on it. And finally, Zierhofer, he cleaned Tyler John, who was in on a breakaway, a bouncing ball that Tyler John just beat Mike Zierhofer to. Zierhofer was blue carded for the foul. On came Nick Pereira for the shootout. He handled it, and it ended the blue card immediately. So Julian Rodriguez has notched 0 seconds of actual game time in the game, and yet he's conceded a goal on the shootout. And that's how we got here. Third quarter, just about to start. Subscribe today to MASL TV on YouTube. You'll find game rebroadcasts, MASL shows, highlights, and more. Rivers can't poke this ball away. Briscoe comes crashing in. This is John. Plays the ball over Ramos's head. Jones has to chase this ball down. Toth reads it well off the boards. Tacoma knows how important this series of game is for them this weekend. Doubleheader against Baltimore. Tough opponent in town. Enrique plays back. And a ball centered into the middle. I think it's last touched off of Spur, so that goal is going to go for Bramus. And Baltimore strikes early in the second half. Bramus tried centering that ball. Spur just stuck out a foot, and it ends up getting poked in. Here's John. John wants it back, takes a shot, and it goes up into the netting. So Baltimore was finally able to get one back since the first quarter. Caceres over this free kick. Has Pereira running on. Goes for Mendoza. Mendoza with a strike. Pacheco on the breakout. This is Porch. Spur gets it back from Pereira. Spur puts it on his left foot. Zierhofer with the foot save. Zierhofer trying to do his best Biddington impression from the Four Nations final the other night. Team Canada topping Team USA in overtime. Lopez gets poked away. Spur tracks it down yet again. Caceres off the boards to Toth. He chips this ball high and into the middle of the field. Mendoza wants to run onto it, but Pacheco does well. John's header back for Toth. 5-3 as it stands. Baltimore has a goal in this second half. An early goal. Hansen plays for Canale. Toth wants to get forward. Pereira pass intended for Caceres. It hits off Hansen. and now finally finds its way over to Alex Caceres. Pereira. Canale on the full volley. Zierhofer cleans it up. Toth plays this ball first time. Again, looking for Sandro Canale. Rivers on the second ball. Foul's going to be called. Advantage was given. It was a bear hug moment from Silva as Canale was trying to settle. Ball should be brought forward as it is. Toth plays for Jones. He goes square for Caceres. Rivers in a double team. Caceres needs to win this. He can't. 2-on-2 opportunity. Jones is tracking back. Ramos is tracking back. Enrique's shot was deflected. Bruno Enrique has 10 goals so far on the season. It's been dangerous tonight. He is the assist to Thompson. Pereira cutting inward. Hansen settles it back across. The Stars get another. Chase Hansen puts it into a dangerous area, and just like the Willie Spur one on the other end, it's poked in by the opposition. I believe Pacheco had the last touch on it. Na was crashing into a dangerous area, but this goal is going to get credited for Chase Hansen. Here's Pereira. Hansen settles it across. Na was crashing. Pacheco just couldn't get a clean enough touch. In-house has officially given that goal to Eddie Na. I think our statistician, Pete Richmeyer, might take a look at that, see it's Hansen's. Might need some goal line technology to figure out who's going to get credited. Tyler John ends up on the ground again. Guy might rack up more fouls than anybody, but he earns them. Physical player. Lopez settles the bouncing ball. Pereira chests that one down off the lip of the boards. Came in like a line drive. Lopez on the overlap. Lopez near side. Tried to beat Zierhofer over the near corner. Missed out. That ball hit off the post, actually. And then went up and into the side netting, so it's going to be a free kick. Stars might get caught out. Long ball over the top. Lopez wins the header. He gets called for the foul. Dieguez was in a good position. Lopez didn't go straight up for that header. But Dieguez was in behind, and that free kick came in late. 2 more seconds earlier, and I think Baltimore is in on goal against Chris Toth. Silva plays back. This is Silla. Dieguez. Tomas. Pacheco on the left foot. Plays it inward. Dieguez thought Pacheco was going to cut into the middle, and he cut off the outside shoulder. Here's John, tries getting past Silva. Silva immediately shown for the blue card, and then he puts the ball into the wall for the glass. Should be a delay of game warning as well, but it looks like that's going to get waved off as the blue card is issued. And there's the delay of game warning shown.
He got boarded, correct?
Couple of big mistakes for Baltimore tonight.
We have 2 minutes time penalty for boarding on Baltimore.
Stars are going to go up on the power play yet again. It's the 4th blue card Baltimore has been issued tonight. Here's another look at the foul. John just puts that ball forward. It's that elbow that drives John into the window that's going to end up being the boarding call. I think a shoulder to shoulder. If that arm's not extended, it's going to be clean. Caceres for Mendoza. Mendoza's got a power play goal already tonight. Missed touch there. Pacheco slowed it down. Pacheco's had a blue card tonight. There was a blue card issued for too many men. Zierhofer has a blue card, and now Silva joins the crew. Caceres for Mendoza plays his outside foot. This is good coverage so far from the Baltimore penalty kill. Caceres can't play Toth. Hand battling. Pereira has to come all the way back. Stars now trying to get away from this high press. Well done from Baltimore. Earlier, Ramos just parked himself in the middle of the field. Now Mendoza's going to make a run into that area. Try and find himself into a dangerous spot. Finding a cavity in this Baltimore defense. Ramos goes square for Spur, and Zierhofer makes a great save. Spur tried to put it in the space that Zierhofer was vacating, and he gets low and gets wide, and he's able to make a stop. Ramos takes a look at the clock, sees there's 30 seconds left on the power play. Stars up 3, being up 4 would be oh so sweet. Caceres, Mendoza, Ramos in the middle. Ramos crushed as he takes the shot. Ball bounces, Zierhofer's not able to get to it. 10 seconds on the power play. Stars high pressing, trying to keep this ball in the mixer. Ramos brings down the bouncer. Back to even strength. Baltimore is able to kill off the penalty. Mendoza turns. Blast go for a change. Stars go for a change. It's a veteran move from the young player, Nani Mendoza. 3-goal lead, no need to force anything. And a fresh 5 on the field for the Tacoma Stars. Excuse me, a fresh 4. Pereira maintains. Pereira called for a handball. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League, all the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Hansen crab walking his way up the border. Zierhofer's header. Briscoe wins it. Briscoe to Canale. Canale tried to play back for Briscoe, and the toe poke wasn't strong enough. Thought Canale should have been selfish and shot that. Diagonal ball. Brought down by Guevara. Tries to turn on Hansen. Toth corrals that shot. Canale has a lot of open space. Found himself into a good pocket. He's going to slow it down. Lopez for Jones. Canale goes for a sub. Ramos wants to attack. He's hungry tonight. Ramos. Lopez wins it in the corner. Excuse me, Jones wins it in the corner and found Lopez. Ramos tried to play in for Pereira, couldn't connect. Nas got to recover. Porch cuts in on his right. Eddie Nah one-on-one with Chad Porch right now. He's got his hands full. Silva. 3:50 to play in the third quarter. Both teams have a goal each. Pacheco cuts in on his left. Jones thighs one back for Toth. Maybe clipped Enrique. Here's Nah. Great distribution from Toth. He goes across. Just missed out. I believe that's Misa Lopez. He's in the goal. Challenge flag is thrown. Stars want a review. They think that Misa Lopez was fouled as he came crashing in. And we got whistles. We got pause in action. Both teams are being directed to their bench. It's going to lead us into the media timeout, so we're going to step aside, take a break. When we come back, we'll be back with that video review and the remainder of this third quarter. Right here, you're watching the MASL on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Welcome back into the Excesso Showwear Center in Kent, Washington. So right now this last play, just before the media timeout is under review as Misa Lopez came crashing in on the backside. Stars threw a challenge flag. We'll see how the referees interpret this when watching it back on the video review. One of the big things here is Misa Lopez, he gets his shot off cleanly and then is fouled after the play. So the foul, if a foul is called, does not impact whether or not that is a clear and obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Misa Lopez got his shot off to the best of his abilities, but there is reason to believe that a foul could be given in this situation, and we should have a decision. Blue card gets issued.
We have a blue card on Baltimore. Since the time penalty is in the penalty area, it will also be a penalty kick.
You heard it there. It's inside the area, which is going to be a penalty kick. Nick Pereira is going to get one from the spot. Silva heads back in to the penalty box for his second blue card this quarter. 5 minutes and 16 seconds is what separates the two blue cards for Silva. Stars will retain their challenge for later on in the game because this one was successful. Pereira makes his way to the spot. Fans, remember to take part in MASL Captain's Coalition, which is a brand new endeavor that looks to connect the bridge between indoor soccer and some of the charitable causes that we find most important today. The first edition of the Captain's Coalition helps us celebrate Black History Month, a national celebration in the United States that honors the contributions and the achievements of Black people. Captains are wearing captain's bands. They'll be signed by the entire squad and then auctioned off. Visit events.gives/MASL to bid on your favorite team's armband. Bidding will close February 28th. Nick Pereira stands over this penalty. Pereira on the run-up, slots it home, goes to Zierhofer's left. He's successful. The Stars net their 7th of the night. Easy as you like. Nick Pereira answers the call, whether it's a shootout, whether it's a penalty kick, whether it's in the run of play. Nick Pereira does it all. This is why he is a top dog in MASL. 7-3 as it stands. We still have an entire fourth quarter to play. Stars have been very fortunate of man-up situations. Long ball up and over the top into the netting. Pereira scores on that PK. He scored on a shootout earlier where Zierhofer had to come off the field. And Nani Mendoza had a power play goal in the first quarter following the Pacheco blue card. Hansen can't do much there, but just lob a ball to Tyler John. Stars love to come away with a Friday night win here in this doubleheader. Sets the tone for Sunday. Takes a lot of pressure off of what the Tacoma Stars need to do going into Sunday. A loss tonight means Sunday is an absolute must-win. Canale plays for John. John takes this ball to the corner, hits it off the wall, couldn't find Spur. That ball rolls straight to Zierhofer. The Stars are able to find a win tonight. Really puts them in the driver's seat, controlling their own destiny for that last playoff spot. Could allow all sorts of endings and outcomes for Sunday's game. Oftentimes the back end of those doubleheaders are what results in overtime games, shootouts. Tyler John hits the deck, and Tyler John maybe took a shoe to the face. Foul was called. It was Guevara who tried to jump over John. It's just a common foul. Tyler John pretty upset. Jairo Guevara was just trying to get over Tyler John, pick up a run defensively. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything more than just the common foul. Caceres for Pereira. Possession was won cleanly by Sila. Guevara the target direct. Caceres chases down. Shields well. Outlets for Souza. Haven't seen a whole lot of Souza this quarter. Got himself a goal. Kai Briscoe did all the work. Souza just had to come crashing in for the tap in on the line. Caceres directing traffic. Pacheco Tries to give and go around Jones, never got it back. Guevara. Zasila. Enrique. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Baltimore grasping, wanting one back. Souza goes sliding. Ball just misses out. Sila had an opportunity. It's just high and a whistle blown. There's going to be a foul called. I believe that it's over on the boards. It's where Souza came out sliding. And a challenge flag is thrown by the Baltimore bench. We're going to get another video review here this quarter. We'll get a better look at what is actually going under review here. Kia DePana, Fernando Pena, Christopher Calderon, Aiden Velasco, and Justin Rose have had their hands full tonight. That's our referee crew. See if we can get a look. So 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Stars holding on to a 4-goal lead. So this is going to be Souza sliding in on Bramus, trying to beat Rivers. Souza slides in, follows through. Bramus wears a lot of it. So the foul is called on Souza. Advantage was played to see how that play would pan out. And perhaps we're looking for something that's just more egregious on Felipe Souza than just the common foul, and we are looking for a blue card here. Tacoma Stars have not played a man down. Blue cards are out. Felipe Souza is issued a blue card, and Tacoma will go on the penalty kill for the remaining 29 seconds of this quarter and hopefully spill over into the fourth.
We have 2 minutes for blue card on number 20, Tacoma Stars.
First opportunity for tonight for Baltimore on the power play. So far this season, Baltimore is 0 for 5 when they're on the power play on the road. And they end that streak immediately. Right off the free kick. They find Dieguez, who's just shielding his way in the middle. Gets a little deflection, and that ball floats up and over the top. Just seconds after the restart. Take a look at this. Quick ball played in. Dieguez just sticks a foot out and lets it deflect up and over the top of everything. Ramos. Pereira, 5 seconds. He tries to go full volley on the top of it, and Baltimore has given themselves life just before the start of this fourth quarter. They were trailing 4. They throw the challenge flag, they get the free kick, they go up a man on the blue card after video review was successful, and Dieguez makes the most of it off the Pacheco free kick. That was well done by the Baltimore Blast. They still have life. They once led 2-0. They find themselves trailing 7-4. Fourth quarter action is just around the corner right here on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
It's never too early to start talking playoffs. Join 8 of our teams in sunny San Diego as they square off in the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs April 5th through 7th. Ticket deposits are now being accepted. Visit frontwavearena.com for more information, or you can scan that QR code on your screen to reserve your seats for the first 2 rounds of the MASL Ron Newman Cup playoffs. We hope to see you, and we hope to see the Tacoma Stars there. I'm Peyton Behrens. Big thanks for those of you joining us on the East Coast as we creep towards midnight Eastern time. Baltimore Blast faithful, hopefully rooting for a couple of goals here before the end of this one. It's been entertaining, it's been exciting, it's been something a lot of the league did not expect. The Tacoma Stars with a 7-4 lead over the Baltimore Blast entering into the fourth quarter. Baltimore, they've been excellent this season. 10-2-1 so far. Coming off of a rough stretch though. An overtime loss to Empire last week. An 8-3 loss at Utica City. Their only other loss of the season was to a Milwaukee Wave side. The second game of the year where they lost 5-4. So the Baltimore Blast really have their work cut out for them coming up here in this fourth quarter. Kids are clear in the field. The mini ball toss takes place between the third and the fourth quarter of every Tacoma Stars home game. And we are so lucky to have children volunteer their time to help us out on the field and clean up after the mini ball toss. And we are set and ready, just about, to get underway with the final 15 minutes of tonight's game. Baltimore has a fairly balanced schedule. Following tonight, they see Tacoma on Sunday. They got a trio of games against the Harrisburg Heat, who find themselves outside the playoff picture. They got one against St. Louis, also outside the playoff picture. The remaining 6 games on their schedule are teams in the Ron Newman Cup playoff picture. Utica City, Milwaukee Wave, Texas Outlaws, and the Kansas City Comets are the teams that they have to face who are vying for the Ron Newman Cup playoff spots. But Tacoma is giving them a tough test. Tacoma wants to be into the Ron Newman Cup playoffs. Being the lone game tonight, they can find a way to climb the standings. Here's Ramos. Ramos left foot, it's wide. Hansen retains possession. Tacoma just 1 point back of Dallas. Ramos from the point puts it on the left. Hansen has to chase this down, and it goes all the way back for Toth. So Tacoma 14 points on the season so far. Dallas Sidekicks 15 points on the season. After tonight's game, Tacoma and Dallas will be level on games played at 16. If the scoreline stands, Tacoma will jump them in the standings, and Dallas will be looking outside in. Pereira. Soul roll with the right foot. Chips this all the way back for Caceres. Tacoma maybe looking to possess a lot of the clock out of this game. You got to assume that a well-timed goal for Tacoma here can really let them start looking towards Sunday. They go up 4 goals in the fourth quarter. It could be deadly. But right now, Baltimore has life. 3 goals in MASL can be flipped very quickly. Porch gets taken down from behind. The other thing Baltimore will want to look at, if they concede the next goal and Tacoma does go up 4, they will want to start resting legs for Sunday. This cross-country travel, tough on the traveling team, whereas the Tacoma Stars have a slew of players that they can go for off of their non-active roster tonight. Rotate in some fresh legs. Maybe they'll look at 5 or 6 players they can try and rotate in. Briscoe on the challenge. John still pressuring. Hansen chases this all the way back. Tomas in pursuit. Toth plays John down the field. He gets pulled to ground. Sela, our opening goal scorer, is who pulls him down. And now Sela grabbing his face. Perhaps the arm of Tyler John maybe caught him on the way down. Sela is going to get looked at. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. Here's another look at the foul. Both players battling here. I don't know if I saw contact with Omar Sela and his head with anything Tyler John had. Tough angle to see, but Sela's walking off the field under his own power. Tacoma Stars will be on a free kick. Right now, Nick Pereira and company are talking about it around the bench. Pereira, Caceres, Mendoza, Jones, and Souza are going to be your 5 for the Stars. Pacheco, Ospina, Guevara, Ramus, and Diegues are the 5 for Baltimore. Souza goes down to the corner. Zierhofer's able to scoop it up safely. This is Bramus. Hold back for Ospina. Ramus got past Jones and put a dangerous ball into the middle, but Toth scrambled. Jones off the Toth pass. Caceres driven in diagonal. Souza gets a clean poke. Rivers back to goal. Good challenge. That's well timed from Tomas. Nico Williams loses possession. First time calling his name tonight. Perhaps saving legs for Sunday. Pereira couldn't win it. Porch. Kelvin Mwape is also on the field, perhaps for the first time tonight. Whistle blown. Caceres called on the foul. He was battling with Henrique. Henrique puts himself into a dangerous spot right now. He's to Christos' right, unmarked. He's directly behind Alex Caceres, but about 3 yards behind him. So a good pocket of space. Shot deflects off Rivers. Toth clears, finds Ramos at the yellow line. Plays back for Caceres. The Stars have 10 more minutes in regulation. Canale for Ramos. Pereira watches that one come down off the wall. Canale trying to time himself to a dangerous run. Pereira rolls back for Lopez. Mwape pressured Jones. He plays long for Pereira. First touch. Rebounds right off the wall. Lopez gets lucky in the middle. Ball bounced to Pereira, skid off the top of his laces. Nah settles and slows it down. Stars on back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Spur with a left foot strike. Pereira finds it. Jones plays all the way back. So back-to-back wins against Harrisburg. Tacoma looking to make it 3 straight wins and try and take advantage of this long homestand they are on. Jones couldn't play up the wall cleanly. Toth scoops it up. Both these teams excellent at home. Tacoma 4-2-1 so far this season at home. Baltimore 6-0-0. They have a fortress over there on the East Coast. Unfortunately for these sides, home field advantage will not play a factor when it comes into playoffs. You got to do what you can before you get to San Diego. Ball over the top. Toth comes out. Reaches about waist high for the volley. Tyler John runs onto it. John still going. And he's called for the push. One thing about players and indoor soccer players is they want to wait for that ball to come down to them and They'll try and position themselves to time it just right, but Tyler John will run straight through the ball and just try and push it into space because he knows he can outrun his opposition if that ball is just given 3 yards of space in the direction he's going. Toth has a streaking Rivers, throws a dart. Rivers under pressure. Plays back for Hansen. Toth. Ramos to Hansen, playing out of it. Canale sheds off the challenge. It's 3-on-3 forward. Played back for Rivers. Gave space. Stars really just trying to take the air out of the arena. Canale gets goal side. He's pulled to ground. Tomas with the foul. See Sandro Canale getting himself up, heading back towards the bench. Stars got to restart quickly. Pereira drops it back. Canale does a U-turn before he gets back to the bench. Lopez takes a strike. Toth comes all the way off his line. He just aims that ball to the corner, and he just misses out on the glass. So that ball goes out of play. It takes us to the media timeout. 6 minutes to play here in regulation. The Tacoma Stars, they lead 7-4 over the visiting Baltimore Blast. We'll step aside. Coming up, the rest of this match right here on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
Catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alex Bachavansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Peyton Barron's in with you tonight. Tacoma Stars lead 7-4 over the Baltimore Blast. And the last 7 minutes or so, 8 minutes of this game of the fourth quarter, Tacoma has really just been trying to spread out the field and possess like a madman. Been knocking the ball around left and right, really trying to drag out the legs of Baltimore, knowing this is a doubleheader weekend. These two teams face off yet again on Sunday, so be sure you visit TacomaStars.com so that you can snag some tickets. This Sunday, 5:05 kickoff right here between these two sides. I love the back end of these doubleheaders too, because so much strategy is at play. Both teams see each other play on Friday night, then they get a chance to assess, evaluate, and figure out what the perfect game plan is for that Sunday night game. Not to mention, you get a little feistiness and maybe a little chippiness that spills over from that previous game. Pacheco's on the field as a sixth attacker right now. He's wearing a pink shirt with the number 8. There he is next to Tyler John. So empty net with 6 minutes to play. Disagree with the call tonight? You might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanko and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. Jones misses out on a challenge. Porch runs into space. Pacheco Pacheco floats to the top of the screen and to his preferred left foot. Sila trying to go down low. This is Pacheco. Tomas plays for Silla. Now he gives it to Pacheco. Stars essentially with their penalty kill unit on. Playing a 6-on-5 right now with Pacheco wearing the pink. No handball called on Tyler John. Rivers drives this one from the opposite side of the field, and it's wide. 5 minutes to play. Porch plays back for Tomas. Porch with the back heel. Still in danger. That ball misses out by inches. Enrique was just wide on a shot where he was one-on-one with Toth. 4:30 to play. Pacheco. Inward to Chad Porch again. Porch taken off of his feet. Caceres hits it long. Foul's gonna be called. There's the back heel. Now this ball's gonna slip out, and Enrique just misses. I guess Chase Hansen was there to close down, so maybe not a one-on-one with Chris Toth, but a good look, a missed opportunity. Baltimore still trails by 3. No goals in this fourth quarter. Our last goal came with 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Diegues immediately off the free kick. Shot bounces off of Toth. Top of your screen now with Porch. Pacheco. This 5 for the Stars might get tired fast playing down a man. Not a whole lot of options when it comes to subbing, and you want your best defenders on the field. Porch. Jones gets a tiny bit of a poke in, just enough. 3:45 to play. Stars bench is also furthest away from their defensive half. Porch wide open. Toth makes a save. Pacheco crashes on. Enrique goes sky high. Stars go for a sub. It's Hansen and Rivers who go off. Ramos is on. Pereira is on. Stars are going to try and set up offensively. Here's another look. Porch was wide open. Turn and hit. And a timeout called. We'll step aside and take a break. 3:29 to play here in regulation. Don't go anywhere. Conclusion of this game coming up next right here on MASL TV.
Daytech is an IT enterprise infrastructure provider covering networking, security, and more. Email us at sales@daytechinc.net to learn more about Daytech.
The Tacoma Stars are back and they're ready to turn things up a notch. Don't miss out on your chance to see the Stars in action live this season at the Excesso Showwear Center. Experience the fast-paced action of Tacoma Stars soccer for yourself. Head to www.tacomastars.com or call 253-856-6999 to get your tickets to an upcoming game today.
minutes, 29 seconds is all that remains here in regulation for the Tacoma Stars and the Baltimore Blast. And we've seen crazy happen in MASL, and it would take something crazy for Baltimore to get themselves all the way back in this game. Trailing 3. Toth skips a stone to Pereira. Zierhofer makes his run towards the bench. Stars maybe have possession. No, it's poked over. Pacheco. Porch. Stars back with that same 5 on. That timeout really saved the legs. Rivers might need to play lower than that to take away Chad Porch. Enrique. Rivers intercepts it. Rivers gets past Pacheco. Rivers has an empty net. Rivers! Tacoma comes in tonight and puts up 8 on the 10-win Baltimore Blast. Rivers goes on a one-man show, gets past Pacheco, and it just passes this into the empty net. The first goal of the fourth quarter, and it comes late. Stars won 8-4 in the first game against Harrisburg, then 8-7 in the second game, and now they find themselves winning 8-4 over Baltimore. Strike goes up and over the netting. 2:18 to play. Zierhofer stays off the field. Pacheco stays on. Pereira is going to fight to just settle this ball. And Tacoma couldn't keep possession to have the opportunity to pepper Pacheco with a shot. Porch. His shot deflected. That one had some crazy English. Enrique, no. Excuse me, it was Diegues. Ramos. Ramos in behind, and it's poked away well from Silla. 100 seconds remain. Pacheco is up. Silla. Centers. Pacheco now on the wing. His shot. No. Pacheco again. Caceres. Couldn't get a strong clearance. Porch. Good block from Caceres. Toth was off his line. Baltimore still fighting. Everyone on Tacoma licking their chops. They want an empty netter. Jones. Jones dials it from distance, and it's off the woodwork. He can't believe it. He took a shot from Auburn, and it was just wide here in Kent. Porch in the middle, cuts it back. Toth cleans him. Penalty on the way. 36 seconds remain. Challenge flag is thrown by the Tacoma Stars. So we're going to see video review. Chris Toth came out. He took out Chad Porch from our angle, from our viewpoint. It looked like a penalty. Should be able to see a closer angle, as the video review has been in effect multiple times tonight. So Toth's going to come off of his line. Comes out sliding. And perhaps the challenge is whether or not this happened inside the box or not. I don't know if there's enough evidence to overturn the call that is on the field. Because if that is outside of the goalkeeping area, it is just mere inches outside. Oh, and perhaps from the Stars bench, we're signaling that we want to review for handball, or handling, I should say. Kyle Rivers at least was pointing to the hand, saying that Chad Porch maybe got a paw on the ball. Good pullback, good composure. Undoubtedly a foul. But this is the MASL where anything can happen. Tacoma Stars leading 8-4. Should have a secure win tonight, 36 seconds left. And a decision has been made. And the blue card's gonna get issued to Chris Toth. So Luis Barreto will come in. Hopefully he can get a PK save and a clean 36 seconds.
We have 2 minutes blue out for reckless tackle outside the penalty area.
Oh, and it does get spotted outside of the area. Pereira's gonna go serve with Chris Toth. And Tacoma is not choosing to have Luis Barreta go play in the net. Instead, it's Michel Lopez. What can't this guy do? So Lopez straps on some gloves, puts the 6th attacker kit on, and now he is in the net. Free kick just outside the area, 2-man wall. 36 seconds to play. Shot, no chance for Lopez, and just like that, Toth and Pereira are out of the box. Lopez goes off the field. Short-lived goalkeeping night for him. Straight off the free kick, I mean, not a great wall setup. Caceres needs to snug up a little bit more. What a great camera angle that we have there. And just being able to sneak that ball between Caceres and Lopez. Ball from distance goes up and over the top. So it's a 3-goal game with 31 seconds to play. Tacoma looking for their 5th win of the season. Pacheco pushes. John recovers. Caceres bangs this one off the windows. 10 seconds to play. John goes sliding. And a late challenge in from behind. Bodies go flying. Shot from distance deflects off the bottom side of Tyler John with under 2 seconds to play. Sela caps a hat trick. And the Baltimore Blast cut it to 2 with 1.5 seconds left in the game. Shot from distance. John couldn't get enough of a foot on it. Big deflection that beats Toth. Sela came into tonight with 3 goals. He doubles that, all against the Stars. They got to have an answer for him come Sunday. Caceres sends it long. Final horn sounds. Tacoma Stars get their 5th win of the season, their 5th win at home, and their 3rd win in the last 5 games. 3-game win streak for the Tacoma Stars. Things are going in the right direction at the right time of the year. Baltimore makes the cross-country trip for the doubleheader. They drop the first. Huge thanks to those of you from Baltimore who've been tuning in all night long. Yes, it's a late one. We appreciate your support on this broadcast of the Major Arena Soccer League. Standing by, waiting to see who Pete Richmeyer pulls aside for our post-game interview. Again, Tacoma Stars, they win 8-6 over the Baltimore Blast. Should have a fun one due up on Sunday. And it looks like Tyler John is standing by with Pete Richmeyer.
Yeah, Randy, I'm down here with Tyler John. Tyler, a couple of big goals tonight, a big win. What does this one mean to you?
It means a lot, man. It's a big turning point in the season. You know, we had a rough start, but we're kind of turning things around, and tonight we played good, so yeah, that's all I got.
Now, you guys went down 2 goals in the first 5 minutes, and then you scored the next 5, took a commanding lead. At halftime, what was talked about in the locker room, because you guys came out in an entire different gear?
I mean, we had to bring the level. We had to raise the level. That first half wasn't good enough. We knew that we had to come out and have a better half, and so that's what we did.
So 10-3-1 coming into the night for Baltimore, 10-4-1 coming into Sunday at Baltimore. What do you got to say for the fans for Sunday?
Hey, hope to see you guys out here on Sunday. Let's have another good game. Go Stars.
Go Stars! Back to you, Randy.
You heard it from Tyler John. Be here on Sunday when the Tacoma Stars play host yet again to these Baltimore Blast. Should be a good one. The Stars stay undefeated all time against the Baltimore Blast, one of the most decorated teams in all of indoor soccer, 10 championships across the last 35, 40 years. They are an excellent side, and this is one that you're going to want to come back and see Sunday. Kickoff is set for 5:05 right here at the Excesso Showwear Center in Kent, Washington. Big thanks to our technical director, Maximus Lockhart, everyone back at Mission Control. I'm Peyton Behrens, signing off from the Excesso Showwear Center in Kent, Washington. Again, final score, Tacoma 8, the Baltimore Blast 6. So long, we will see you next time right here on MASL TV.